pretty eventful off-season for us this year.
Absolutely. We had a very eventful off-season. We did move. We're back home in Ontario. We train in with Skate Oakville in the 16-mile sport complex, which is beautiful, that we love. It was a hard decision for us. We loved both of our coaches, and when they decided not to work together anymore, it was a decision that we didn't anticipate having to make, and certainly not one that we took lightly.
Yeah, it was definitely not something we were expecting or looking forward to. So it definitely took a lot of thought, and wasn't easy for us to come up with the decision what was going to be best for us.
Yeah, ultimately, I think we came up with a whole bunch of lists of pros and cons, and it was difficult because we didn't leave Montreal because we were unhappy or because we didn't feel like we could thrive in Montreal. It came down to we had to go with one coach or the other, and this option brought us back to Ontario, brought us closer to home, which we really enjoyed. It gave us the option to work with Allison Purkis, who was Mike's coach before I pulled him away a few years ago, it's been fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
In the past 2 months this summer, I've seen my family, my brothers, my niece and nephew more than I have in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a huge benefit, and
Yeah.
a good stress reliever away from the ice, and be able to have that support system much closer again is definitely huge for us.
Yeah, I mean, Quebec did become our home. We were there for 4 years. I loved Montreal. I miss Montreal. But it's nice to see your family, especially on the harder days. I will only move out of my parents' house this week to my place in Oakville, so I've been with my family for a few months now, which has been amazing, fantastic. I moved out when I was 15, 12 years ago, so it's been nice to be back home. I think our mentality is the same. We worked a lot all summer to rid ourselves of our weaknesses so that we are a reliable and dependable team for Canada. We, of course, don't count anybody out. We know there's a lot of good Canadian teams who are hunting as well. We know we need to do our job and focus on ourselves, and hopefully the rest will follow.
Yeah, this year we're definitely trying to step up the consistency in competition. Last year we were extremely consistent in practice, but not so much in competition. So this year the focus is on having that translate onto the competition ice.
Well, I should preface it by saying that Worlds in Canada in 2013 was one of, if not the best experience, best competition that I've had. And so when we found out that it was in Canada again, especially in Montreal, we gotta be there, of course.
Yeah.
We're working our butts off to do everything we can to be there, and not only to be there, but to be in the medal hunt as well. And we know the work starts here.
Yes. In 2013, I was in the audience, and ever since then, I've been praying to have an opportunity to have an experience like that, because even being in the stands in 2013 was extremely special. So having an opportunity to hopefully step on the ice, definitely really looking forward to that.
And actually, ironically, in 2013 at the practice, Chris Wirtz, who was my coach at the time, looked at me and said, "Take this in, because this is the only time you'll likely get a chance to do this," because he didn't think that Worlds would be in Canada again in my career. And here we are. Worlds is back, and so we would love to be there, of course.